Hi, in this short video, I'll be offering a summary of my argument in my recent Review of International Studies paper. I'm going to be also summarizing its key contribution and its wider significance to contemporary issues that concern IR scholars and the people at large in world politics. So my article deals with an important problem that has not been properly addressed in the discipline of international relations. What public role should we, as scholars, play in times when governments engage in deception to justify imperial wars? So my argument is that Morgenthau's life and work shows that it's not sufficient under these circumstances to simply try to influence the elites. The reason is that it's in these times that there are usually very powerful private interests that distort the relationship between scholars and the elites. Scholars can be critical of policies that are not in the interest of the nation in peace, for example, but they will simply be ignored because they do not align with certain vested interests, who, through the use of mediums such as the media, can engage in campaigns of public deception. So what is the alternative for scholars? Well, one alternative for scholars is to engage with the public, or as my article puts it, to translate the concept of reflexivity to the public sphere. So what I mean by translating the concept of reflexivity to public sphere is to essentially guard the public's ability to raise criticism and consider other possibilities beyond the rigidity of the dominant ideology in society. And I believe that Morgenthau's signpost of interest, defined in terms of power, offers one practical tool to translate this reflexivity to the public. It operates as a counter-ideological device that guards against moral and political abstractions that enclose the openness of the political and its various possibilities. This argument, in my view, makes a contribution to critical scholarship on democratic peace. It offers a scholarship an important tool, not only to critique ideologically driven imperial wars and seek policy change, but to also engage with the public and contribute to retaining an open public sphere in these times. There's also a wider significance to this kind of argument, and particularly the role of scholars in retaining an open public sphere. It enables democratic societies to form what Morgenthau once referred to as spontaneous consensus around the nation's interests, values, and ultimately meaning. In the absence of this spontaneous consensus over society's meaning, the social conditions become ripe for demagogues to restore this meaning and social solidarity in political religions. And we know from the experience of the neoconservatism and Trumpism, and also the rise of the far right, which has become increasingly a topic of focus for IR scholars, we know from all these examples that these dynamics remain more relevant than ever today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy reading my article.